Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A number or ratio, a value on a scale of measurement, derived from a series of observed facts, can reveal relative changes as a function of time. A device for showing the operating condition of some system. A signal for attracting attention. Chemistry. A substance that changes color to indicate the presence of some ion or substance, can be used to indicate the completion of a chemical reaction or, in medicine, to test for a particular reaction. A mathematical notation indicating the number of times a quantity is multiplied by itself. The finger next to the thumb. A number or ratio, a value on a scale of measurement, derived from a series of observed facts, can reveal relative changes as a function of time. Adjust through indexation. The government indexes wages and prices. An alphabetical listing of names and topics along with page numbers where they are discussed. A numerical scale used to compare variables with one another or with some reference number. List in an index. Provide with an index. Index the book. A number or ratio, a value on a scale of measurement, derived from a series of observed facts, can reveal relative changes as a function of time. Something that serves to indicate or suggest. Symptoms are the prime indicants of disease. A number or ratio, a value on a scale of measurement, derived from a series of observed facts, can reveal relative changes as a function of time. A concept whose truth can be proved. Scientific hypotheses are not facts. An event known to have happened or something known to have existed. Your fears have no basis in fact. A piece of information about circumstances that exist or events that have occurred. First, you must collect all the facts of the case. A statement or assertion of verified information about something that is the case or has happened. He supported his argument with an impressive array of facts. Any clever maneuver. He would stoop to any device to win a point. An emblematic design, especially in heraldry. He was recognized by the device on his shield. An instrumentality invented for a particular purpose. The device is small enough to wear on your wrist. Any ornamental pattern or design, as in embroidery. Something in an artistic work designed to achieve a particular effect. Any nonverbal action or gesture that encodes a message. Structure displaying a board on which advertisements can be posted. The highway was lined with signboards. A perceptible indication of something not immediately apparent, as a visible clue that something has happened. He showed signs of strain. Mark with one's signature. Write one's name on. She signed the letter and sent it off. Make the sign of the cross over someone in order to call on God for protection. Consecrate. Any nonverbal action or gesture that encodes a message. Signals from the boat suddenly stopped. Engage by written agreement. They signed 2 new pitchers for the next season. Used of the language of the deaf. An event that is experienced as indicating important things to come. It was a sign from God. Approve and express assent, responsibility, or obligation. Have you signed your contract yet? Communicate silently and non-verbally by signals or signs. He signed his disapproval with a dismissive hand gesture. Astrology, one of 12 equal areas into which the zodiac is divided. Having an indicated pole, as the distinction between positive and negative electric charges. Charges of opposite sign. A character indicating a relation between quantities. Don't forget the minus sign. A fundamental linguistic unit linking a signifier to that which is signified. The bond between the signifier and the signified is arbitrary. A gesture that is part of a sign language. A public display of a message. He posted signs in all the shop windows. Be engaged by a written agreement. He signed to play the casino on December 18th. Communicate in sign language. I don't know how to sign, so I could not communicate with my deaf cousin. Medicine. Any objective evidence of the presence of a disorder or disease. There were no signs of asphyxiation. Place signs, as along a road. Sign an intersection. Be a signal for or a symptom of. The economic indicators signal that the euro is undervalued. Any nonverbal action or gesture that encodes a message. Signals from the boat suddenly stopped. Communicate silently and non-verbally by signals or signs. The diner signaled the waiters to bring the menu. An electric quantity, voltage or current or field strength, whose modulation represents coded information about the source from which it comes. Any incitement to action. He awaited the signal to start. Notably out of the ordinary. The year saw one signal triumph for the Labour Party. Any material used for its color. Physics. The characteristic of quarks that determines their role in the strong interaction. Having or capable of producing colors. Decorate with colors. Give a deceptive explanation or excuse for. Change color, often in an undesired manner. The appearance of objects, or light sources, described in terms of a person's perception of their hue and lightness, or brightness, and saturation. Interest in variety and intensity. Modify or bias. An outward or token appearance or form that is deliberately misleading. The timbre of a musical sound. A visual attribute of things that results from the light they emit or transmit or reflect. Effect as in thought or feeling. Add color to. Any material used for its color. She used a different color for the trim. Physics. The characteristic of quarks that determines their role in the strong interaction. Each flavor of quarks comes in 3 colors. Having or capable of producing colors. Color film. Decorate with colors. Color the walls with paint in warm tones. Give a deceptive explanation or excuse for. Color a lie. Change color, often in an undesired manner. The shirt's discolored. The appearance of objects, or light sources, described in terms of a person's perception of their hue and lightness, or brightness, and saturation. Interest in variety and intensity. The Puritan period was lacking in color. Modify or bias. His political ideas color his lectures. An outward or token appearance or form that is deliberately misleading. The situation soon took on a different color. The timbre of a musical sound. The recording fails to capture the true color of the original music. A visual attribute of things that results from the light they emit or transmit or reflect. A white color is made up of many different wavelengths of light. Effect as in thought or feeling. My personal feelings color my judgment in this case. Add color to. The child colored the drawings. Any material used for its color. Any material used for its color. A statistical compilation that provides a context for economic or financial conditions. This business index is computed relative to the base year of 2005. Index based on a statistical compilation of the share prices of a number of representative stocks. Index based on a statistical compilation of the share prices of a number of representative stocks. An index that traces the relative changes in the price of an individual good, or a market basket of goods, over time. A brokerage account of someone who sells securities he does not own. The aggregate of short sales on an open market. An index that traces the relative changes in the price of an individual good, or a market basket of goods, over time. One of 11 indicators for different sections of the economy, used by the Department of Commerce to predict economic trends in the near future. A measure of someone's weight in relation to height. To calculate one's BMI, multiply one's weight in pounds and divide that by the square of one's height in inches. Overweight is a BMI greater than 25. Obese is a BMI greater than 30. A measure of someone's weight in relation to height. To calculate one's BMI, multiply one's weight in pounds and divide that by the square of one's height in inches. Overweight is a BMI greater than 25. Obese is a BMI greater than 30. Indicator consisting of a line at the high water or low water limits of the tides. A written examination. Paper impregnated with an indicator for use in chemical tests. An indicator that announces which electrical circuit has been active, as on a telephone switchboard. Indicator consisting of a light to indicate whether power is on or a motor is in operation. Small auxiliary gas burner that provides a flame to ignite a larger gas burner. Computer science. Indicator consisting of a movable spot of light, an icon, on a visual display. Moving it allows the user to point to commands or screen positions. A disc on a telephone that is rotated a fixed distance for each number called. Choose by means of a dial. Dial a telephone number. Operate a dial to select a telephone number. You must take the receiver off the hook before you dial. The circular graduated indicator on various measuring instruments. The control on a radio or television set that is used for tuning. The face of a timepiece, graduated to show the hours. An indicator of the amount of fuel remaining in a vehicle. An indicator of the amount of fuel remaining in a vehicle. Indicator provided by the stationary arm whose shadow indicates the time on the sundial.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.